Hey guys, Tarek with CycloneFPV, and I'm testing out a new camera system that we have hooked up here today. So we're gonna see how that goes. So bear with me if we have any problems. I'm gonna be looking to my right here. It's got another monitor here, one up there, one up here. And anyway, so I'm continuing from yesterday's. We had a little incident yesterday. My dog got bit by a copperhead, and anyways, it changed my day, and I had to go. And my wife, thank God for my wife, she came to the rescue. And anyways, long story short, it kind of distracted from my day. But we're back now to finish this one, okay? So here's what we were working on yesterday. We had this Rekon 6 here, and so far what I've done is I've changed the GPS. And one other thing I wanted to point out was that while I was working on this, and I had just got it bound, the TBS is bound, everything's good to go. While I was working on it though, one thing I did notice out of the blue was that when I went to put the camera back on, I let it sit there, and this sucker is hot. And when I say hot, I mean like I could keep my hands here for a little bit, but it's burning. Like right now, it's starting to hurt. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a problem because I tested the voltage out of the wires, and we're getting 5 volts. So I've got my little heat gun, my little heat radar Dumafloch here, and let me see if I can get the light. I don't know. Yeah, there's my light right there, so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to hit this thing, and I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm seeing here. Let me see if I can get a good hot spot on it, because I have a feeling. There, so I'm at 104. Okay, but I know it's hotter than that, and I don't know because I mean, I'm trying to find the hottest spot on here, and I don't know if there. I'm at 108, 110, 116. So you can see I've got to find the hot spots on here, but we're getting to 100. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, thanks, man. She's on antibiotics, and she's at home finally now, but her face is swollen up pretty bad. So we're gonna watch her. Okay, so we're at 116, and I think it's even hotter than that. So clearly there's something wrong here as well. So I can't test fly it with this one. I can't do a hover test. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this HGLRC Aurora V2. I'm gonna put that in place of it. I did test this, and it did not get that hot. So I'm gonna use that for now. And the whole idea here is, all we're trying to do now is we've got the GPS working. Now we've got to see if we have the yaw problem. Something's up with this, and I wish I knew exactly what caused it right now. I don't, because sometimes, the pilots, sometimes you get the full story, sometimes you get a partial story, sometimes you get things left omitted by accident because they think it's not important. It could be a factory issue, I don't know. But I can tell you that the camera is fried. Or not fried, it feels like it's got a regulator issue and it's overheating. The GPS was burned out. And what I can't tell you right now is if anybody worked on this prior to it being sent here. What's up, Bryce? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just putting in this Aurora just so that I can get this front mount added, get the weight pretty much where it needs to be. And so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna power it off. I'm gonna close this up. All right, and I tell you, we had one come in here that was like smashed in half. I redesigned the bottom plate and just made it stronger, made it one single plate with a reinforcement, 10 times better. I mean, I understand why they don't do it. It's a cost issue, but I'm going to tell you right now that somewhere where you cut, you're paying the price. So these. Oh, shut up. Hold on a second, guys. I apologize. Let me turn that off. And that is the second time, I believe, that I've had a Rekon with an overheating camera. The same camera, but it only seems, I have to go back on my notes. I don't remember exactly, so I don't want to say 100%, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen the issue before. I can't remember if I'm thinking about the Rekon or if I'm thinking about the Caddx when I saw it. It could have been both for all I know. Let me just make sure I've got this right. So we're gonna see what's going on. Right now this won't matter, but I'd like to get the matching screw here eventually. So let me see. We'll use these ones for now. anyways, I'm just gonna hover this in here. I personally didn't see anything. I'll tell you this, I went ahead, a little bit of things I did because I couldn't get the video live just because we were tending to my dog and stuff. I did go back after it was bound and everything. I did go back and paste his original configuration in here, and this thing was all kinds of screwed up. So I went back again and ran the defaults on the new firmware, and it started acting normal again. So I'm gonna check with FreeSky, not with FreeSky, sorry, with HDLRC to verify that the settings that were in here were from them and not an adjustment. But that's not right now. What we want to do is just get this to test fly and see how it does. So give me a second here. I'm going to close it up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the bench here with the camera on, make sure that it starts up okay. So there's the quad. The one thing that is not connected is the VTX still, because I don't want to interfere with our signal. I'm going to go ahead and power on the radio, make sure everything's good. We should be able to get this to arm. And it is. The motors are spinning in opposite directions, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do here is, let me power this off, and we're gonna go ahead and put the props on now and get this to hover just right behind me in the garage here. We're gonna hover it, make sure that everything functions okay. So here we go. I have to remember it's spinning opposite, so me, I never spin them opposite, so I'm always gonna go the default way here. All right. The other thing is that I do not have this is a 4S version, so I'm using an XT30 4S. This is an XT60, again, I'm not really sure why, but it has an XT60 on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a cable to step down to the XT30. It shouldn't interfere with anything as far as flight wise. Right now what we're doing is we're just testing to see if there's a bad gyro, and to do that we're just going to do a hover test here. We'll do it in all three modes, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to disconnect this, I don't need this on here. So let me do that, turn that off. Make sure everything is set right, and then right behind me, I'll show you right there. I'm going to put it on that pad right there, and then we'll hover it and see what happens. Uh-oh, what happened to my phone? All right, last prop. We'll mount the LiPo, give it a hover, and see if we have the same issue. One thing about this that does strike me as odd, and just get you guys for future reference, you know, when the gentleman sent it, now we didn't sell it to him, but it definitely didn't, the way he put it was, this doesn't work, I want a new one. I mean, there was nothing else. I want a new one. That's not how we do it here. So, and that's not our call at the end of the day. But it's like, look, please just remember that at the end of the day, I don't owe anything to anybody except to just try to do my job. Throw a please in there every once in a while. It might help you. I'm just saying. I mean, like, common courtesy. Just some advice. May make me not get so pissed off when somebody talks like that. But anyways, I understand people are frustrated. It just doesn't help when the frustrated person frustrates someone else. So don't forget your manners. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm just going to try to finagle this somehow so this cable will stay in place and out of the way. So here we go. Again, I'm just rigging this up so that I can test fly it. Please don't send me a bunch of blah, blah, blah about it, because I won't care. I'm just trying to test this out. All right, let's get this. I'm going to go put this on the floor here. Just like that. Okay, now, Let's get the radio on. And we're going to put the focus fully on here now. All right? And I'm going to move to behind the camera where the quad is. I don't see a yaw issue at all. Matter of fact, this is an acro mode, and it's very stable. All right, so overall, I will tell you that there's absolutely, in this condition of the 4S, I'm not seeing any yaw issue. That was in acro and in horizon. The first takeoff was in horizon. The second was in acro. And I think that, no, this is a Rekon 6. Hey, Al. Hey guys, hey Andrew. So here's the deal. There are a couple issues here, and we're gonna have to get with the guy. We're gonna have to ask him exactly what happened, and then inevitably leave it up between him and HTLRC. My job is to test it and turn the stupid buzzer off. Hold on, let me turn that off. Sorry guys. Okay, so what we do know is that this GPS and this camera, it's as if they both were, without getting too much into it, it looks like both of their regulators are damaged. They're both overheating. How it got to that point, I don't know. I tested the voltage coming out. I can tell you that this camera is cool. This GPS that we put in here is cool. I didn't change any of the wiring or soldering on here. So I don't know if this, I don't know what happened. I don't know what caused it. If it was a bad flight controller, the flight controller would still be, it doesn't repair itself. So I'm thinking something that, hypothetically, maybe somebody was soldering in here and did something wrong. I don't know. I don't really get all the information like that from the client. What I can tell you is, that the bind button was broken. It had been mashed in, and that's it. But I have not changed the flight controller yet, and I'm not going to. I updated the firmware. One of the things I said yesterday that I'm going to do is I'm going to check with HTLRC because this firmware was 4.2.0, and I just am surprised that this quad shipped out in April to this customer. I'm surprised that that would have been the firmware they would have shipped it with, which leads me to think that maybe the customer changed the firmware or downgraded it. On the other hand, I will also say that when I copied over when I copied the dump file and I replaced it back, the quad started malfunctioning again. So again, I don't know if the customer adjusted that or did his own adjustments in the CLI or in Betaflight. But there's a few things that wouldn't happen. I couldn't arm it. I could bind it. I couldn't arm it. I couldn't get the VTX channels to work properly. So there's quite a few things that I think may have changed after it was shipped. But again, I need to verify with HTLRC because they'll know what configuration they had when it was shipped. All right. So listen. Other than that, guys, let me get to the point here. One thing that we decided to do here, I'll give you a little lowdown real quickly, is that everything's going to be done live now. I no longer want to record and then post it. It just to me is not as much fun. If there's mistakes, you guys see them. Everybody has them. I'm not worried about it. If I break something, oh well, it happens all the time to people. I'm not worried about it. But it is more fun to be able to chat with you guys while we're doing this and see if you have any questions. The other thing is that we just received, if you see those boxes, there's one right behind me there, and let me see if I move my hand the right way. That one is the other one. Both of those are the new Parrot Anafis. One is the military version, that's that one. This one is the new Verizon 4G version that sends data real time using the 4G built in. So we're getting ready to open those up and start shifting to some of those items as well. And our new DJI setup is, our new DJI inventory is coming in too. And then we got some other changes coming too that I'll announce as we go. Other than that, guys, listen, God bless, be safe. I'm going to close this up, contact the customer, let them know that it's pretty much good to go for the most part. Hopefully I can get some more information from it. If you have any questions or need anything, you can always hit me up. And by all means, please just subscribe to my channel. I'd always appreciate it. We are seeing some growth. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I'll probably give something away pretty awesome at that point. And I guess that's it, guys. God bless, be safe, man. We'll talk to you all soon. Peace.